Hello, Masters. Today, 7 signs that you and your ex are likely getting back together. How do I know this? Happened to me. And these should be pretty obvious. Anybody who has been a student of the law of attraction for long enough, I think these will make sense to you. Let's get into these right off the bat. First sign, you're seeing them in your dreams, or you're having other psychic experiences. See, here's the thing, guys. The way that the law of attraction works, everybody knows. If you focus on something long enough, it has to show up in your reality. And I've even put together a special 20-minute quick start guide just for you, if you want to watch it after this video, how to get the law of attraction to start working. I'll go ahead and link it down below in the description box. And what I'm going to explain to you is you're highly focused on something, it shows up. But here's the thing, my friends, you haven't really been focused on the absence of this person as much as you've been focused on the presence of them. You're going to start getting these signs, especially intuitive ones or in your dreams, guys. In dreams, most of the time, 99% of the time, I call them junk drawer dreams. They don't really mean anything. It's just kind of your subconscious releasing junk. But every once in a while, you'll get those prophetic dreams telling you something is going to happen. And this can't just be, one of those weird dreams where like their face looks all blurry and warped, or something like that. It's going to be something pretty obvious. You and your ex are having a good time together. Maybe doing something that you haven't already done together. So foreshadowing. And again, intuition, which is this kind of knowing, this strange, I just know. And your mind, remember, you are body, mind, soul. So the mind is thinking and the soul is the knowing. The mind is thinking about the knowing. You ever had that happen before? It's a lot like deja vu. In fact, it works exactly the same way. I teach this to my coaching students, over 7,000 people that I've coached in my spiritual coaching programs. And I tell them, look, intuition, it's a surefire thing. If you're getting intuitive hits, and then it's like, well, then how would I know if I was experiencing intuition if I was? It's a knowing. And it's just like deja vu. It's this weird, eerie knowing. Only with deja vu, the information is, I've done this before, or I've been here before. With intuition, the information is, I know something is going to happen. And it's like, how do I know that? But again, when you are questioning the knowing, that's not even you. That's the mind. You are the soul. And again, this is something I discuss in my quick start guide, how to get the law of attraction to start working. Link down below. I explain how that kind of works with the soul, which is who you really are. And that's what's actually causing manifestations to take place. You are not thinking. You are being. But again, with intuition, there's this knowing and there's thinking about the knowing. Right. Body, mind, soul. Those are different things. So which one are you going to believe? I'm going to go with the knowing that your ex is coming back and you guys are going to be getting back together. Here's the next sign. When you guys broke up, think about all the things, all the reasons why people fight and why breakups happen. And then think about this. Was it really all that bad? Hear me out. Go write it down just on a sticky note. Just grab a sticky note, right? A little sticky note, and write down a short list of the reasons why you guys broke up. for most of you, probably isn't really that big of a deal, the things that you broke up over. Maybe they just got mad because you were kind of messy. Or, yeah, I don't know, you lost your job for a while. I mean, it happens, but now you're employed again, right? I don't know. Just think about it. Just put it into perspective. The differences really weren't that big. Really not that big of a deal in hindsight. Things look a lot more real. Or I should say, let me word it like this. The reality of things always look a lot different in hindsight. So that's kind of what I'm talking about here. Again, you might look at this and be like, yeah, that really wasn't a big deal, what we broke up over. Okay, number 3, desire. And I'm not talking about want. I'm talking about burning desire for this person. And it's like there's a void in your life situation. I've talked about this before. So want is, I don't know, guys. I want a cup of coffee. Desire, that's different. Desire is burning, it's deep, and it's passionate. And it even ties in with this knowing. And here's the thing. This void in your life, that's the space that they used to fill. See, it's almost like you feel like they are really there with you. Maybe they are. There's something called the second law of thermodynamics, you guys. The first law of thermodynamics is energy cannot be created or destroyed. But the second law of thermodynamics is dealing with entropy and the transference of energy. Nature abhors a vacuum. And if there's matter, nature will see to it that that void is filled, you guys. Things tend to even out. A balance is always sought in nature. So you feel that person's absence, but it's like they're there. This is a very important sign because I don't know if you guys noticed this yet, but up to this point in the video, and really all of these signs that I'm talking about today, and I'm going to give you a bonus sign too at the end. What I'm pointing out to you is you're manifesting them. And you're starting to get that feedback from the universe already. Right. Law of attraction, guys, it's not just something that's passive like, oh, I hope I was a good little boy so I get picked by the universe. It's not how it works. You must be doing something, you guys, to get these signs, to get your ex to come back. Here's the next sign, number 4, seeing the numbers 333 or 222 or both. And I'm going to make this real easy for you to understand. I will use tarot cards as a way to explain these two numbers. So the number 2, here's the 2 of cups, guys. See, a lot of people think that the Lover's tarot card is for romance and relationships, and sometimes that's true, but usually the Lover's actually has to do with choice, right? So it's got the tree of knowledge and the tree of life on the Lover's card. That's where Adam and Eve made a choice, guys. That's kind of the real theme of that card. So it really isn't talking about romance, generally speaking. But generally speaking, this card is, this 2 of cups, this is the romance card, guys. And it's the number 2. And it makes sense. There's 2 people. It takes 2 to have a relationship. Well, I don't know. Maybe you guys were together for a really long time. And if you were together for a really long time, we're talking at least 6 months or a year, right? Then there's a third energy that gets created. And that third energy is the energy of the relationship itself. And that can be explained by this 3 of Pentacles. So there's the customers, there's the craftsman, and then there's the creation. There's the energy of the relationship. Those are 3 things. So maybe for some of you, you might be getting the number 3 a lot. That's kind of what those numbers are talking about. Number 5, working on yourself. You see, guys, sometimes, and this happens more than you realize, a breakup with a soulmate, a breakup with your partner is so that you can have time to grow independently, so that you're better for each other next time around. I really believe that if you loved once, you can love again, guys. And I'm sure you've heard that phrase many, many times. It's an old saying that's been passed around for ages. Why? Because it's truth. I have family members, my aunt and uncle, they got a divorce. It was terrible. It was hard on the family. It was hard on the kids. Guys, they ended up getting married again a couple of years later. They both went their separate ways and they made some changes. They both had some bad habits. It was amazing. They both worked out those bad habits, guys, and they ended up back together. They actually did it really cool too. I remember they went to Las Vegas and I think they had like Elvis, like an Elvis impersonator marry them for the second time. And they were fine. They were fine. Still together. That was when I was a boy too, when that whole thing happened. You guys, this is very important. You probably are working on yourself. You could be going to the gym. You're eating healthier food. You're sleeping better. It's easier for you to make money now. I don't know, whatever bad habits you've had, you're working them out. Being apart is a valuable and important time for people that are meant to be together. Very, very useful. The next sign, guys, you could be connected on social media. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're talking, but maybe they unblocked you, maybe they refriended you and they're not talking to you, but they're clicking like on your posts or they sent you another friend request. I don't know. But the tensions have cooled. The ice is melting, right? And there's at least some willingness on their part or your part for them to be a connection again. This is a pretty clear sign, actually. That's one of the cool things about living in today's modern day and age is the technology that we have, cell phones, social media. It's a way to communicate. It's a way to learn. It's a way to get information. Very interesting. They could be talking to you, clicking like on your posts. They have you unblocked suddenly. It's as though there's some warmth and some sentimental value in the background there. They must miss you, and you miss them too. Next one, you guys have unfinished business, and you know you do. You see, guys, you probably were making plans. I've been through breakups before, and I know how it is. You had all these plans, and then you just can't even believe it when the breakup happens because it's like, we were going to do all this stuff, right? Because you guys actually had a relationship going. You really had something going on there. You weren't just like hanging out and talking about the weather. You had travel plans, plans to go to certain museums. You had some bucket list. Isn't that something? And it's like having a limb chopped off. It's like missing an arm whenever that person leaves you because you had this situation. You had all of these things that you were going to do. You were going to go look at cars together. There was a new restaurant that you were going to go try. You're going to help them find that new career, maybe start a business together. You guys had plans. You had unfinished business. It would be one thing if you guys never had any plans for the future, right? That means you guys weren't doing anything. Maybe you weren't compatible. But if you guys had that bucket list going, if you have that unfinished business, it's because the relationship was genuine, guys. It's not like you guys are just playing around. You had plans for the future. Maybe you even went and looked at baby clothes one day. I don't know. Here's your bonus sign. You have a sense that it's your destiny. It has to be true. And here's the thing with this sign, guys. This isn't as much a sign as it is something that you could be up to. Placing yourself in a state of belief that I'm really gonna be with this person. And we do have all this stuff that we were gonna do. We do have all this unfinished business. You have to actually trick your subconscious mind into believing that it's really happening right now. I would call that an eerie feeling of destiny. I know we're meant to be together. I know we're going to get back together. It has to be true. It's as good as done. It's like I feel that they are here now. I just know it's true. I believe it. And don't doubt that. It's your destiny. And again, we kind of talked about intuition a little bit ago. I might have to do a video about that pretty soon. How to cultivate intuition. Of course, I'm always talking about that on this channel, no matter what I do. All of my videos, you guys, the truth about the law of attraction. You are powerful. Your body and your mind are literally manifesting equipment. Your body and your mind are a type of equipment made for manifesting. That's how powerful you are, guys. Well, that's it for this one. I'll be back for another wonderful video. We're here every day, Monday through Friday. See you then.